We ended up talking to Michelle about the colors, and I think she was a big fan of doing the jade for the first gown. So the gold became the party dress. So even in the fitting, our first fitting, we just had all this gold sparkles and diamonds and ribbons and things, and we were just playing and putting it together. And she's the one who came up with the idea and covered her face with like the diamond covering and did this mysterious face covering, which we ended up using.
The gate between earth and heaven is opening.
Okay.
You must stop it or everyone will perish. The fate of your world hangs in the balance.
Hi, I'm Joy Cretton, and I was the costume designer on American Born Chinese.
Hi, everyone. I'm Prabal Gurung. I was fortunate enough to work with Joy Cretton in American Born Chinese.
Hi, my name is Philip Lim, fashion designer based in New York City. I recently worked on American Born Chinese in collaboration with Joy Cretton, the costume designer, on the costume for the Monkey King.
Tell us a little bit about the Monkey King and working with Philip on this costume.
So when I first heard Philip Lim was potentially going to be collaborating with me, I was extremely nervous, but we ended up, our first Zoom was like so wonderful, and we were meeting weekly as we were developing the costume, and I loved it.
I had never worked in this capacity before, working in costuming and TV and film. For myself as a fashion designer, what I focus on is wardrobing the everyday citizen. Things have to be realistic, things have to be highly functional. And with this project, it was like, how can I tackle this revered icon? And how can I do it justice in a way that hasn't been done before?
观音菩萨恕我直言，但是他是我的儿子。
正是啊。
When you see iterations of the Monkey King, when we researching, it was always red and gold. And to me, that's very historical. And I wanted to use black because he's in an older part of his life, and he's a more benevolent Monkey King. And black to me is always that color that is symbolic of being regal and that sort of stature that commands respect. You know what I mean? You've actually earned the right to wear black. So even in the Monkey King costume, his heaven costume, and also taking the character into everyday life, we use black throughout just to have that as a consistent color as part of his character.
也各路神仙，每年我都说了，下次就把这个奖给别人吧。谢谢。
We approached this episode sort of like the Met Ball. It was something we kind of envisioned from the beginning, where we wanted it to be like this spectacular, colorful, like very vibrant event that happens in heaven, which is usually very gold and ethereal and flowy, but we wanted it to just be this like more colorful party.
Prabal, Joy had mentioned that the inspiration for the scene was the Met Ball. What are the differences? Tell us.
When you're designing something with an actor or like collaborating with them, I'm always asking like, okay, what do you want to feel? Of all the red carpets in the world, Met Gala is one where you can celebrate fashion and creativity, and we go for it. The difference here was, like, there's a technical aspect of it that is a lot different in everything. For this one, that's why I was really grateful that I was working with someone like Joy, who has knowledge about it. Is like, it's the camera angles. It's 360, like we're up and down, movement, all of that, everything, the functionality becomes a big part of it.
And what about the importance of jade in Chinese culture?
The concept of the color was really cool, but we were nervous about getting the actual shade right. So we had all these different fabrics that we were testing and looking at it in different lights and all of that. But we ended up just we made our own fabric and blended all the shades that we tested and did an ombre fabric, which I thought was beautiful. I think it sold the look really well.
Everything is more connected than you think.
Huh.
Yay.
It was just really cool to be on a cast and crew that was full of so many Asian faces, which is not a very common thing. And it kind of made like the work life a little more fun because we were all so relatable to each other, and the production designers as they were building the set. We were like, oh, that looks like my house I grew up in. And it was a really cool experience.